If you're anything like me, then you've always been amazed by some of the animals we share this planet with. But today I want to show you 5 animals that have abilities that are not just amazing, they're actually unbelievable. You won't believe what these animals can do. Hi, I'm your host, and you're watching this channel. Number 5 is definitely going to surprise you. As we get to the top of this list, things are only going to get crazier, so make sure you stick around until no one. When I reveal an animal that can literally control the minds of others. Number 5, chameleon. Now, if you know anything about chameleons, it's probably their ability to change color. This is an amazing ability, and something that has fascinated humans for centuries. However, there are other things that chameleons can do that people don't know about. For example, they have independently rotating eyes that can move in different directions at the same time, giving them a 360-degree field of view. This is great for spotting predators or prey, but it also means that they can see things that we can't even imagine. They can see things in ultraviolet light, which allows them to see things like fluorescent cancer tumors in humans. Now that's pretty amazing, but it gets better. Chameleons also have a special organ in their noses called the vomeronasal organ. This organ allows them to smell chemicals in the air, which can tell them if a potential mate is nearby. The organ works by detecting chemicals known as pheromones. Pheromones are released by animals during sexual activity, and chameleons can use them to find mates. Pheromones are detected by the vomeronasal organ and sent to the brain where they're processed. This allows the chameleon to determine if a potential mate is nearby and if they're receptive to mating. If everything checks out, the chameleon will approach the female and attempt to mate. If she's receptive, well, they'll do what animals do. But what's crazy about this is that we humans produce pheromones too. And while we may not be able to detect them with our noses, science has shown that they play a big role in our lives. Pheromones can affect our hormones, behavior, and even our fertility. Scientists are still learning about the role that pheromones play in human society, but it's clear that they're an important part of our biology. And so, while we may not have the same ability as chameleons to sniff them out, we still produce them ourselves. No. For tardigrades. Okay, everyone knows that I love tardigrades, and if you didn't before, well, now you do. Also known as water bears or moss piglets, these little guys are just so damn cute, and they can survive anything. They can withstand extreme temperatures, radiation, dehydration, and even the vacuum of space. Talk about a survivor. But how do they do it? Well, one reason is that they're able to slow down their metabolism to extremely low levels, entering a state called cryptobiosis. This means that they can go without food or water for years, surviving in environments that would kill most other animals. They're basically the cockroaches of the microscopic world. But it gets better, because they can also enter a state of suspended animation called cryptobiosis. In this state, their bodies basically shut down, and they can survive in outer space without any protection. Yeah, you heard that right. Outer space. There was an experiment done in 2007 where tardigrades were sent into space, and they all survived. One of the main reasons why they were able to survive in space is because they can withstand extreme temperatures. In one experiment, tardigrades were exposed to temperatures as low as -272 degrees Celsius and as high as 151 degrees Celsius, and they survived both. And let's not forget about radiation. Tardigrades can withstand levels of radiation that would kill most other animals. In one experiment, tardigrades were exposed to 5,000 times the lethal dose of radiation for humans, and they survived. So yeah, tardigrades are pretty much invincible, and they can do things that we can't even imagine. Who knows? Maybe they're the key to human survival on other planets. Now you know my love for tardigrades runs deep, so check out this playlist that I curated just for you. 3. Electric eel. Okay, this one is a no-brainer. Electric eels are one of the most fascinating creatures on the planet. They're known for their electric abilities, and they use them for everything from hunting to defending themselves. They generate electricity by using specialized cells called electrocytes. These cells are arranged in a stack like a layer cake, and they work together to create an electric discharge. The electric eel can control the amount of electricity it produces by controlling the number of cells that fire. They use electricity for a variety of purposes. Probably the coolest thing that they can do is use it to stun their prey. This makes it easy for them to capture fish and other animals that they eat. They can also use electricity to defend themselves against predators. When an electric eel is attacked, It releases a powerful jolt of electricity that can stun or even kill its attacker. But here's the thing. The electric eel can also use electricity to communicate with other eels. They produce a series of electrical pulses that can be picked up by other eels. This allows them to communicate over long distances and coordinate their activities. But get this, they can even use electricity to navigate in the dark. Electric eels can sense changes in water temperature and salinity, which allows them to map out their environment. They can also use their electric abilities to sense objects in their path, sending out weak electric signals and measuring the response. They can create a mental map of their surroundings. Now, this is just mind-blowing stuff. I mean, we're talking about an animal that can generate electricity, use it for everything from hunting to defending itself, and even use it to communicate and navigate. Electric eels are truly amazing creatures, and we're still learning about all the incredible things that they can do. No, 2. Mimic octopus. Now this guy is just next level. This octopus can mimic the behavior of other animals from the way that it moves to the way that it looks. Mimic octopus can imitate the movement of a venomous sea snake, the stinging cells of a Portuguese man, a war, and even the way that a crab scuttles sideways. They use these mimicries to trick their prey and their predators. The mimic octopus can also change its skin color and texture to blend in with its surroundings. This allows it to ambush its prey or hide from predators. One of the things that makes the mimic octopus so fascinating is its intelligence. They're able to learn new behaviors and remember them for long periods of time. This allows them to add new mimicries to their repertoire over time. But what's really mind-blowing is that they can even pass on their knowledge to future generations. Mimic octopus can teach their offspring how to mimic certain behaviors, which means that these behaviors can be passed down through the generations. This is a form of cultural transmission, and it's something that we typically associate with humans. So the mimic octopus is not only an amazing creature to look at, but it's also a reminder that animals are more intelligent than we often give them credit for. No. 1 alien-looking zombie fungus. Okay, this one is straight out of a horror movie. This fungus is known for its ability to control the minds of its victims, turning them into real-life zombies. But how does it do it? Well, it all starts with a spore. When a spore lands on a suitable host, it begins to grow. As it grows, it starts to take over the host's nervous system, manipulating it to do its bidding. The fungus then starts to grow outward from the brain, slowly taking over the entire body. Once the fungus has fully taken over the host, it starts to manipulate it to act natural.
How?
This allows it to avoid detection from other members of its colony.
As the fungus continues to grow,
It eventually produces fruiting bodies, which release more spores, starting the cycle again. But here's the thing. This fungus isn't just some weird, scary thing. It's a fascinating example of the power of nature. The way that this fungus is able to control the minds of its victims is truly amazing. And it reminds us that there are still so many things that we do and understand about the world around us. But maybe it's best that we don't understand some things. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See ya.